Yeah, no, I can't actually see what Zoom is
See,
sharing, and I
sure.
don't have two screens, so.
Right. So you're showing the VSM Studio here,
Hmm.
and it's got loads of detail. So the basic value stream map we're looking at here has a looks like a warehouse substrate company that's then
Yep.
sending it to the flexo press, then goes to laminate, then to die cut, then to rewind, and then inspect
Yep.
paste. So you have 5 stages, and then it goes out to the finished goods warehouse.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a label making process. We have something we didn't mention, the standard sort of castle wall timeline of processing time, and then the time between each processing step. Eric's got the triangle upside down, which is one way to do it, but I don't know whether there is a right way for the triangle, but I see Eric's is sort of inverted triangle. That's fine. We see variations every day. And then the beauty of it is you are then able to enter for each step, you can enter the cycle time in the bottom panel there, cycle time, uptime, changeover time, CO, ops, shift, how many shifts there are, the mean time between failures, the scrap rate, the defect rate. And these should be being measured already, but if they're not, this is a good time where you would say, look, we have no idea what that is, let's go and measure it.
Yep.
So you enter all the data in the bottom, and then it shows up on your picture on the top.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
And these are
So you got a
also
pretty
serve
picture.
as the, what's that?
It's a pretty picture. Yeah.
How do I collapse this thing? Sorry, I'm going to try to get this out of the way. Yeah, so those also serve as parameters. So when you hit simulate.
And as I've been telling everybody, the great thing about this is you can simulate a production based on the settings that you've put in, right?
Yep. And that's exactly what this does here. And I've got a lot of folks who use this for lot sizing and things like that. So right now, this is again kind of rudimentary, but this will be built out as well. But yeah, the idea here is there's two maps on here, and I think I've got the future one up here, and then I'll have all the little the current. Yeah, the current has the bursts.
And tell me about that top bar. This is like summary statistics, right?
Yep.
Demand is 900 rolls a day.
Yep.
Tack time 64 seconds. Nice. Lead time process time 65.61. That's like cycle time, end of line cycle time. Is it process time there?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
65, process 65.
And then a pretty typical, percent value added ratio on a
Sorry, the processing time there is the actual time in the whole process that it's being worked on. The lead time is that plus waiting time.
Yep.
And the processing time is the time it's being worked. So it's being worked on for 65 seconds, but it's taking 2 days. Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty typical. Yeah.
Yeah. So what the engine here is doing, and again, this is the beta version of it. So I'm gonna kind of flip to it and make it render so that it will run. But right now, these are all sort of, and I'm not going to move them around because the lanes all the aisles are invisible and I can't see where they are. But I'll give you an example of.
So this is like supposed to be the actual relative positioning of the machines on the shop floor. All right.
Yep, correct. So if I make the aisle width bigger, let's say I want to make that 6 meters, all of a sudden I'm breaking into the machine. Basically I can't do that because I'm going to start hitting things. And again, a lot of that's invisible right now just because the richness of the engine is sort of not all expressed here yet.
Wow.
Oops. Be half a meter.
Yeah, I hope one of our partners, Miguel Aruero in Porto, Portugal, gets to see this because he is director of operations, and they do. It's not labeling, but they do a lot of cutting and pressing and laminating for prefabricated sort of rooms. Yep.
So this will eventually become a layout tool, and each of these machines that are on here can be imported from actual CAD layouts. In the background, I've got a bunch of components like a 40 by 48 pallet. There's a bunch of other things like kind of standard pallet jack to Toyota forklift. So there's a bunch of kind of components that I've sort of pre-modeled. The idea is eventually this will be something that you can see with little people moving around.
Yeah,
Forklifts moving around and that sort of thing. And again, all of that's sort of variable so that queues are built in, and you'd actually move and lay things out so that it's kind of like a light version of CAD, because CAD is just it's a file extension. So importing those in is just, basically reading how the machine is built and then re-rendering it here, which is what the engine's already doing.
Now, when you run this simulation on here, you are looking at one unit making its way around based upon like you can actually multiple units, yeah. But it's based on those values that you'd entered for the value stream map in the previous screen.
Yep, and if you look at the pacemaker process on the value stream, it's going to be right here.